I think yes, in the sense that these old school games kind of provide a very kind of pure way of playing games that you just don't really get anymore. Like these days, controls are better in the sense that they're more ergonomically designed. You have buttons in the places that feel more comfortable, so you're not hurting your hands. You know what I mean? Things like that. They're more precise in their movements and that whole thing. So they're technically superior today, like just like you said. But there was something very pure about, you know, that rectangle pad with two buttons and a D-pad that you had to force all the way down just to kind of move. You know what I mean? Like you practically giving your thumb a whole workout just by trying to push the forward button down. You know, there's something kind of very pure about that style of gaming that, yeah, it's not good, right? Because I mean, we go back to those old school controllers. I don't know if you've ever done this, but if you ever try to play one of those old games with an old controller now, it's so awkward. Like, it is really awkward to just kind of hold it and to, you know, they weren't good in that sense. But back then, certainly being, you know, like 10 years old, 12 years old, you know, that kind of age at that time with that controller and seeing those graphics on your small, you know, 12-inch monitor, right? You know, that whole experience just as a kid back then, yeah, there's something just very kind of, yeah, I feel like if you weren't there, it's difficult to explain it. You know what I mean? Like if you can be a 12-year-old now and go back and play an old school game, and maybe you'll enjoy it, maybe you won't, but it's just that time of, I guess, the equivalent of, say, kids now playing something like, I don't know, Gears of War or something like that, right? You know, that kind of equivalent or maybe a more closer could be maybe something like Fortnite, or, you know, something like that. Minecraft, I think, might be maybe a close equivalent, but just something very kind of pure where it doesn't necessarily do a lot, but it does everything you need it to do, and it's just being in that, yeah. But yeah, those control pads, I think they need to stay in the past. They really need to stay in the past, because, bruh, if you ever try playing with those things now, it's not happening. It's just not happening. It's probably gonna give me arthritis. For real, man. For real. They were stiff, you know. Remember those games where you had to like wiggle the joystick real fast? Like, who designed that? Who was like, yeah, I know what boys want. Wiggle your joystick. I mean, he wasn't wrong, I suppose, to be fair.